Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hard Count podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes, quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, and why sometime in his future he will be the greatest quarterback of all time. Real quick though, before we get into the video, I just want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button. We've been getting a lot of subscribers recently and I would love to keep it up. So thank you guys for that. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Patrick Mahomes, drafted with the 10th overall pick by the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2017 NFL Draft. He sat behind Alex Smith for one season before storming onto the scene in 2018, where he won his first MVP, went 12-4, and fell just short of the Super Bowl in an overtime game against New England. And then, just the following year, in his second season as a starter, Patrick Mahomes goes out and wins Super Bowl 54 against the 49ers. And then what do you know? This year, he's led the Kansas City Chiefs to having the best record in the NFL, and the Chiefs are set to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday. Now, many people understand Patrick Mahomes is a generational player in the NFL. He's a special player that is set to dominate the NFL for years to come. But what if I told you that by the end of his career, Patrick Mahomes will not only have been a great player, but he will have been the greatest quarterback of all time. Now, first, I'm going to tell you why Patrick Mahomes is so great, what makes him special, why he is such a great player. And then second, I'm really going to dive a little bit more into what exactly makes me believe that he will be the GOAT when he retires. And the first thing is simply that Patrick Mahomes is one of the most talented quarterbacks we have ever seen. Coming out of Texas Tech, we all knew he was a very talented prospect. He needed to work on the fundamentals of being a quarterback, but Patrick Mahomes has developed into everything anyone could have ever hoped for from Mahomes. He has an absolute cannon, one of the best arms we have ever seen in the NFL. He's able to make plays off platform like almost nobody before, can really buy time out of the pocket, fling it downfield. He really knows how to extend a play and make something happen. Mahomes has a unique combination of physical traits with precision, accuracy, and decision-making that make him so great. That's what makes him so special. Patrick Mahomes is one of the most talented players that we've ever seen step onto a football field. He makes plays on a regular basis that are absolutely incredible. Plays that almost nobody in the history of the NFL could make. And not only his talent, but Patrick Mahomes is a winner. He comes up in the big moments. He's clutch. Patrick Mahomes makes his biggest plays in the biggest moments. And let me just read you off some statistics, winning statistics really quickly. And I know they don't tell the whole story because Mahomes is surrounded by great pieces. I know this, but this amount of success has not been rivaled by anyone in the history of the NFL. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is 37-8 as a starter in the regular season. He's 7-1 in the postseason, with his only loss being against the New England Patriots and Tom Brady in overtime, in which he did not even get to touch the ball because of the NFL's stupid overtime rules. And it's just that simple. Patrick Mahomes wins games. He makes the biggest plays in the biggest moments. When his team is down, he doesn't bail on them. Muff pump results in a fumble? No worries. We'll climb back into it. Defense allows an easy touchdown? No worries. We'll climb back into it. Mahomes has already, in his short career, come back from playoff deficits of 24-0 against the Texans, 10-0 against the Titans, 20-10 in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl this past year, and 9-0 against the Bills in the AFC Championship game this year. And I'm not saying that the Chiefs should have gotten themselves into these holes. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is Mahomes, even when they were in those holes, rallied his team around him, was a great leader, made big plays, and came back. That's what Mahomes does. He makes plays happen. He is a great leader. His teammates trust him. His coaches trust him. He doesn't make mistakes in the big moments, and he steps up in those big moments to make the biggest plays. Patrick Mahomes is a winner and has one of the greatest impacts on winning that I have ever seen. So we know Mahomes is great. We know he is a great talent. He's a great winner. But why is he going to be the GOAT? What's going to make him the GOAT? There's Tom Brady out there. There's a bunch of guys that have had a lot of success in the NFL. What makes Patrick Mahomes so special? What makes him unique? And when we think about the GOAT in the NFL, there's two big arguments that come up. Two different sets of points that people like to make. And the first is the accomplishment argument, the winning argument. And the common winning GOATs, the accomplishment GOATs, are Tom Brady and then maybe occasionally Joe Montana as well. These are guys that simply win games. They have a great impact on winning. They make big plays happen in the big moments. They're very clutch. They don't turn the ball over. But they aren't special talents. Look at Brady, Joe Montana. These are guys that rely more on the pieces around them to be great for them to be great. They don't create too much outside of the system. They're more system quarterbacks. They're not going to roll out of the pocket and make a crazy throw happen, a crazy play happen. They're going to take what's there, but not create too much outside of that. And that leads us perfectly into the second group of points, the second common argument for the GOAT. And that is the talent argument. And these guys are the opposite of the accomplishment GOATs in a lot of ways. We look at Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino. These are guys that are elite special talents, guys that can roll out of the pocket, create plays, make plays out of the system, make plays happen that are not there. And the argument for these guys is that if they were put in the same position as a guy like Brady or Montana, they would have just as much success as those guys. But the issue with this argument is that Rodgers, Marino, and these types of guys that are super talented often failed to come up in the big moments. They often were not super clutch. They weren't great leaders in those big moments. They made their biggest mistakes in the biggest moments. And so while these guys are more talented, they're more special talents than guys like Brady or Montana, they lack some of the same winning qualities in terms of clutch play, leadership, making the right decision in the biggest moments. So those are the two main GOAT arguments. And do you notice anything? In both GOAT arguments, in every GOAT argument, there's a hole. There's a but they can't do this, or they're not great at this. Like Tom Brady, he's a great winner, great leader, clutch, but he's not a special talent. He doesn't create too much on his own. He relies on the pieces around him more to be great. Aaron Rodgers, one of the best talents we've ever seen, but he hasn't really won too much. He hasn't been super clutch in his career in those big moments. He hasn't really been a great leader at times for his team. And this is where Patrick Mahomes comes in, because there are no buts in Patrick Mahomes' game. There's no, well, he's not great at this. Patrick Mahomes is both talented and a winner. Patrick Mahomes, as we talked about, is one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever step foot on a football field. He makes plays that nobody else can make. He rolls out of the pocket, throws off his back foot 60 yards down the field, and places the ball perfectly in the receiver's hands. He will create plays out of the system. Patrick Mahomes is the system. And he combines that with his leadership and his clutchness. There is no catch with Patrick Mahomes. There's no but. He's not great at this. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest we have ever seen in every category of being a quarterback. And that combination of traits and clutchness and leadership is a combination that we have never seen before. And Patrick Mahomes, he's got a long way to go. I know this. He's only 25. He's won one Super Bowl. He's currently in his second. He's playing tomorrow. But he's got a long way to go. He's got a lot of time to play, a lot of time to prove himself as one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. But I believe we will see it, because I see no reason we should see Patrick Mahomes going on a downward trend from here. The sky is the limit for Patrick Mahomes. He's already in his second Super Bowl in 3 years that he's played. And I only expect Mahomes to continue to get better with time and experience. So Patrick Mahomes is going to finish his career as the GOAT. Tom Brady has the winning, Aaron Rodgers has the talent, and Patrick Mahomes has both. I expect to see Patrick Mahomes continue to dominate the NFL for years to come. And when it's all said and done, he will have been the greatest quarterback to have ever played the game of football. All right, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe you agreed, maybe you disagreed. I'd love to hear. I'm excited for the Super Bowl tomorrow. I'm sure you guys are too. So drop your score predictions in the comments if you want to. And yeah, as always, until next time, peace.